I'm still buying HBAR. And the reason for that is because I believe that during this bull run, it could hypothetically go to the price of $3. And of course, not financial advice and not a guarantee, but I think HBAR is really that special. After all, it's the native cryptocurrency of the Hedera Hashgraph network. And the amazing thing about Hedera Hashgraph is that it actually doesn't utilize blockchain. And it makes it very unique from the majority of the competition because instead, it uses something called a DAG. And a DAG stands for Directed Acyclic Graph. And the amazing thing about this is that compared to traditional blockchain technology, it's typically a lot more scalable. It usually has improved data storage. It's also usually faster, and it also consumes very little energy. I mean, just to showcase what I mean by this, for instance, per transaction on average, when it comes to Hedera, it consumes less energy than, for instance, the BNB chain, Solana, Avalanche, Polkadot, Ethereum, and many others. So yeah, that's how amazing it is. Let's not forget though, Hedera's native services reliably scales up to 10,000 transactions per second and even beyond. So yeah, that's how incredible it is. It's very scalable after all. Now let's not forget, when it comes to Hedera, its governing council is really second to none. For instance, right? Its governing council consists of giants such as Google, IBM, LG, Ubisoft, and of course, many others. I mean, you can look up the governing council. It really feels like everything on the governing council is just out of this world. In a good way, of course. It just feels like, whoa, can't believe that's part of Hedera's governing council. Again, this is just how incredible it is. And for instance, Hedera has use cases such as, for instance, auditing carbon markets and traceability, and as well as even having solutions for stable coins as well. So yeah, that's fantastic. It also has functional use cases like in the case of NFTs, DeFi, aka decentralized finance, decentralized logs, decentralized identity, and of course, payments as well. So yeah, when it comes to Hedera, it's using amazing technology. Also on top of that, use case is fantastic and governing council is A+. Why would I not keep buying it? That's just the way I view it. And it's not like $3 is a pipe dream, by the way, because some people out there, they may think that $3, what are you on about, right? But if it were to go to the price of $3, considering its current circulating supply, at that point, market cap would be around $107 billion, which really isn't insane. I mean, we've seen BNB reach over $100 billion in market cap, and I think HBAR is just a lot better than BNB. For instance, just last year, according to Crypto.com research, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened actually occurred on the BNB smart chain ecosystem. Very unacceptable in my opinion, even though at first glance, that figure, slightly over 2%, doesn't seem that bad. It's actually very bad because when you consider just how massive the crypto space is overall, this is very unacceptable. I think HBAR, again, is much more revolutionary. I think it's much better than BNB, for instance. So BNB can go to over $100 billion in market cap. Why can't HBAR? And I think that this bull run is far from over. I mean, everyone's panicking. They're saying, wow, HBAR is trash. It's caca. But I disagree. Bitcoin isn't even at the price of $100,000 yet. Altcoins still have a lot to prove, in my opinion. And currently, there's over 500 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. So the potential FOMO buying pressure and buying volume, I think, could be insane as a result of that. And you have to take this into consideration. When it comes to HBAR, I actually love it when the price is, relatively speaking, low, because people may not like it when HBAR isn't pumping. But in my opinion, I actually love it because the way I take a look at it is that the lower the price, the better the buying opportunity for me. Logically speaking, would it make sense for me to FOMO into HBAR at the price of $1 or $2? I don't think so. Now, some people, they may do that. Who knows, right? But I'm not going to do that because I want to accumulate right now, because I think when I take a look back in time, let's say in the future, I take a look back right now, I don't think I'm going to care what price I accumulated HBAR at this range, because if HBAR does go to the price of $3, hypothetically, it's like, who cares what price I accumulated HBAR at right now? It's like, it won't even matter. I mean, you got to think about this. Do you think right now, even though Bitcoin is having a retracement, even despite that, do you think people who are still holding Bitcoin currently, do you think they're in a group chat with other people who acquired Bitcoin at below the price of $1,000? And they're saying, wow, man, I can't believe you accumulated Bitcoin at $800. Wow, this person accumulated at $900. Oh, wow, look at that person. I'm so jealous. He accumulated at the price of $100 or even $5. They're not doing that, in my opinion, because Bitcoin is up by so much to the point that it's kind of negligible what price they accumulated Bitcoin at below $1,000. In hindsight, anything below $1,000 for Bitcoin seems like a steal at this point. But at the time, it was pretty much difficult to believe that, because a lot of people at that time thought that Bitcoin would never reach the heights that it is today. So again, when I take that into consideration, HBAR right now, I don't really care what price I accumulate at. It can be down, like, let's say 10% next week or 15% next 2 weeks. Like, who cares? I'll accumulate, and I love low prices, so I don't mind. And also, historically speaking, altcoins, they peak anywhere between half a year to a year and a half after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, the Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, so it's either October this year to October next year. Not so bad in my opinion. I don't mind waiting that long because if anything, again, it's more time for me to accumulate. And it's not like it's that far away. I mean, a lot of people, they've been in the crypto space ever since 2021. So I don't think it's that bad. And HBAR, again, at the price of $3 wouldn't surprise me. I think it's that amazing. And I think this bull run could be that fantastic. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.